Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Now it's Trubisky. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. The screen pass here to Cohen. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Gotta go, gotta go.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. His first carry. And he spins through. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself the best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
On first down, they run with Howard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So let me make sure I have this right. He's already found the end zone once, and now he's ripped off a big chunk of yardage here on this one. His confidence is awfully high. So now I've got to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator. Do I go ahead and sell out to try and stop him and force him to do something different? Or do I risk him having a big monster day against my defense? Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
18.
This is Howard on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears will add on to their lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fowler. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A gain of 39 that time.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now it's Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Nyheim Hines, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. He gets away from one. And again the footwork. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner.
Come on, come on.
But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Off play action. Fowler. And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Fowler. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney.
Throwing on first down. Fowler. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
3 down. Check the hot read.
A give. This is Michelle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Fowler. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Oh, trucked him. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now a handoff looking right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground on 1st, Michel. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Hines. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Fowler. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On first down, Fowler. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Detroit! Detroit!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
A give to Howard. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, a second quarter score from Carolina, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey. We got 3. Over! Watch out.
To throw on 2nd down, Fowler. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good effort there from distance, but he might have needed a little more help from the air conditioning behind him on that one.
It probably would have helped. This is awfully close to getting there. It was right on target, but it winds up being just a little bit short.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get up here for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
57, Mike, 57. Back 99, Philly, here we go.
On second down, Michel. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Check. Over.
From the gun, Fowler. It's complete to Diggs. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
This is Hines. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Watch him now, Barney.
Looking to throw on second down. Fowler eluding the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Fowler. Buying time to his left. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Sony Michel, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. From the gun, Fowler. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Fowler. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Bears take over. Elsewhere, they have gone to the second half in Carolina, and the Buccaneers have just extended their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And they'll run it here. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, Trubisky finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing to start the drive. Fowler. And Diggs has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Throwing on first down. Fowler. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Looking to throw. Fowler. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 22. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the handoff, this is Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Trubisky will throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Fourth quarter, holding on to a lead, fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. On first and goal, Howard runs over him. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up. Howard all alone in the backfield on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On third and goal, Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it first and 10.
Over!
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again on second and 10. Fowler, and he comes back with one complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10.
Gun!
On first and 10, Fowler. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Over!
time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
To throw on second down. Fowler, the left side caught by Diggs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a pitch out to Michelle. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Fowler. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Fowler. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
Looking to throw on second down. Fowler. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bears, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll get another road date next week.